Hello everyone and welcome to another video with me, Hooray, and today we got a little bit of news both from the JP side and some much bigger news for the global side, and that's kind of exciting because you don't often get to talk about just all that, like that there's bigger stuff on the global side, but hey, no, it's fine, don't worry about it. I'm making a big deal out of it, and you shouldn't make a big deal out of it. But first, some JP news. For anybody who hasn't heard, FF14 will be making a rerun in July. At this point, we know basically nothing about it. We know that from the banner, it looks like Ishtola will be returning. We also can probably assume that a couple of things. First of all, Thancred will be returning. Hopefully the raid doesn't return, or at least it's in a more updated and complete format. Also, really quickly, what are my expectations for it? Well, the fact that there's no live stream yet for this news showing up on the JP side is a little concerning. I do think that if they had anything really big to announce, or if this was supposed to be a huge thing, we'd probably get a live stream showing off some new characters, like some demonstrations and all of that, and there just hasn't been anything announced yet. Could still happen, but until it happens, I think this is a rerun of content because they got their, COVID-19 delaying stuff, and we're probably just not getting that much out of it. So don't have super big expectations for this. So let's get rid of that and let's talk about what is coming to the global side. Because as you have seen from the title screen and whatnot, congratulations, Globalers, you have your very first exclusive, and it is Fravia, as announced on the FFB live channel today. During my live stream, we got Fravia. Fravia plus Rain will be coming to the game along with the Porcelain Tower. This is in conjunction with the fact that Brave Exvius will be having a crossover event on the Brave Exvius side, and they will be getting Stern, as well as, a couple of votive characters in their game. Which, quick note, Stern's Super TMR. Maybe worth it. Really. But global changes and whatnot. So let's not get into that too much. Plus, we're in a votive video. The thing to talk about Fravia is that we got some information on basically what kind of character she is going to be. Primary jobs: Spellblade, Green Mage, and White Mage. I think this is a pretty solid thing just to being a pure magic-based character. And this is interesting because, well, weapon type, I feel like her weapon type is going to need either an exclusive UR piece of equipment, which could happen on Global. It could happen. Rain got his, as well as... Laswell got his as well. Vina, but she's an MR character, so let's hope for a better version of Vina eventually. But either way, something to note is that in her animations, it does look like she has her signature weapon, which could mean that it will be added in. We do know that the Porcelain Tower will have the Crimson Saber for Rain, so I'm kind of hoping that they're going to have either this or some kind of raid event to give Fravia her weapon. Either way, I think that the Sleep Sword will probably be an adequate weapon. I would not give a Nagnarok to her. Adelard's TMR as well, but that's a little more on the costly side, so I'm not going to recommend that. Taking a look at her what information we also have: Ice Prisons, her limit burst, deal damage large to targets in area, based on magic, stat, and lower own AP consumption for 3 turns. So that's interesting. If she is like a pure mage and starts with AP, a limit burst opener, into AP generation, into potentially, I'm curious about the AP consumption reduction, whether it'll be enough. There is certainly a precedent here for Gummy to try and make the first global exclusive, or at least global exclusive to, like, first, she'll show up there first and JP will get her later. There is a potential to make her really good. There is also something to be said about the fact that she's an ice character, and there are a fair amount of ice characters in WOTA. Potentially combos very well with Medina on the team, but into the future. Also could potentially really combo well with Agrius, Laswell, Victoria. There's a lot of different characters that I think she could benefit being on the same team as. Also, she has Blizzaga Blade, which is probably just going to be a really nice damage dealer. But overall, my thoughts and early impressions on Fravia is kind of split. For one thing, there's definitely enough ice units that you could potentially build a really solid team with the right vision cards and have just a really nice amount of unity. Again, Medenia, Limit Burst, lower ice resistance than Fravia. And Fravia not having any particularly speed-based jobs is a tiny bit worrying. She doesn't have Ninja, she doesn't have Thief, so her mobility might not be super great. That is something. So it'll really depend on what moves and passives they give her. Also, while Spellblade is potentially really nice, the combination of Green Mage and White Mage kind of gives her more of a support feel. If in White Mage she does end up getting Holy, that's another good offensive option for her, but all of her sub-jobs paint her as more of kind of a potential backup healer, which is good, but if you were hoping for her to be primarily focused on DPS, maybe. Either way, all of her jobs seem to be primarily magic focused, which is good. Kind of would like for her to have had some more DPS options, because I think that's her primary one, so she's always going to be a DPS first, healer second, exclusive equipment. Again, if she does get her own exclusive piece of equipment, and it's a UR piece of equipment, I think that's very good for her, but it might be difficult if it is locked behind tower. Either way, the artwork, just gotta say, she looks absolutely fantastic as a votive character. Really looking forward to her being added to the game, and I'm hoping that JP will also add her in the future, because Fravia, definitely a character I like from the global side. So yeah, that's basically the news. Other than that, the first iteration of the tower will also be coming to global. Globalers, it's going to be a test of your fortitude to get up to the higher levels to potentially multiple clear, and the ever dirty EX stages, which, since I have you guys all here, might as well just tell you right now that just taking a look at tower, something very important, and a quick note from my video because my brain derped the other day when I was recording it. EX stages. EX stages are quite difficult to unlock them by getting to certain amounts. The other day, for whatever reason, my brain just did not process the fact that I was just looking at the regular stages while I was recording and my mouth didn't stop working, or stop going. Either way, I said the wrong thing, so these are kind of the EX stages, but the important thing to remember for Globalers, since this is your first time, if you clear all of the regular tower and then reset the tower, I do believe that the EX stages disappear. Unless that's being changed for Global, you really have to just clear the original tower as you're going up it, and then clear the EX stages before you reset if you want to beat them. EX stages are considerably more difficult than the regular stages, so something to know. Anyway, so that's all for me. That's basically everything I wanted to talk about. Are you guys excited for Fravia? I think, honestly, I am quite excited for her because her art, just her artwork looks so cool, and I'm really hoping that they throw in that nice ice spear, because that would also be potentially good. Or ice sword spear. Sorry, you guys are farming the Victoria spear. That's where my brain's being gone. And also, once the details are out, I'll take a look at her and make a recommendation on whether I think she's going to be really good for the future, or just kind of a cool character if you're a fan of her. Cool character. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time.